Hello, everyone. Today is the beginning of February 2021, but yesterday we had the final day of the 13th final round of the Tata Steel chess tournament held in Europe. It is considered the Wimbledon of chess, so top players, chess players in the world are there. And it's kind of like the movie The Queen's Gambit. Remember how long the players play from sunup to sundown sometimes? No, I'm exaggerating, but these games are very intense. You go into this almost zen zone to be able to see your position and calculate position. And then how would you feel if suddenly, out of nowhere, after 6 hours of play, somebody's coming up to you and they are requesting something of you and totally distracting you from where you are, as though this was some sort of after school kids tournament where you just have to move, maybe, right? Um, and so this is exactly what happened here with Firouzja versus Wojtaszek game. These are two super grandmasters. Firouzja vying for being the top 10 players in the world, and Wojtaszek has been a super grandmaster for a while at this point. So the respect should be due to both players at that level to be interrupted after 6 hours of play, where even though the experts are saying Firouzja had a better position, but try to hold and being in Wojtaszek's shoes, try to hold and defend against a position that you have to be fighting for, holding and holding and folding to be not attacked. So wouldn't the distraction be for both players? Obviously, Firouzja seems to have been more vocal about this, but I hear that you had to pay per camera, per table. And so I know that the channels were some channels were not able to show the whole view of live games, like actual the video view of the players playing, because they had to purchase per camera or per table. So I don't know if the technical logistics were wrong with this, and they would not have a good camera angle view for just the tiebreaker. I have no idea why they would have had to interrupt such an intense game where there are points. If you draw, it's a 0.5, a half a point, and if you lose, you don't get any points. But if you win, your rating points increase. So even though Firouzja would, even if he had won, he would not have gone against the other players for the win, and the Tata Steel chess tournament still affects probably his ratings, maybe to a small amount, but still, just does not have a good taste to have a Wimbledon type of event, and to be interrupted in the middle of a game where you do not get to imagine if this was Kasparov. Imagine if this was Magnus Carlsen being interrupted. I mean, where is the respect? I mean, the respect has to be given to all the players that are invited, and so it definitely wasn't seen by the spectators, and obviously I do not know how directly they feel, but to the point that Tata Steel organizers have uh, given this a statement of apology, but they seem to only really refer to Firouzja, and Wojtaszek is some sort of chopped liver. He does not. He does not have. He's not. Is he not a super grandmaster too? Isn't holding a position for hours and hours not a distraction to have to get up, both of them, and have three people on you, and basically dismiss you as though, oh, well, you're not going to win anyway, so you guys can just move over someplace else. I mean, that is basically, is that arrogance? Would you call this arrogance? What would you call this? Lack of understanding that cameras will be in certain positions where both of these players would be seen. I have no idea of why they had to even come to them to even ask them to move. Why would that have to be a possibility? And if corporations need to come in and give more funding so you have a bigger playing area with camera angles in proper places, who knows? so that people can continue to play a game just because a tiebreaker would be starting. And I don't understand why this had to be a situation where this game at this high level had to be interrupted. It just does not really it just does not really make much sense. But anyway, so you make your own decisions. I'm sure there are plenty of clips online for you to see what actually occurred and how that would affect your play. How would you feel if you're trying and being in this Zen mode and be interrupted like that, to the point that your both players are standing up and have to have a discussion on whatever the reasoning was? Anyway, that was another drama event during the Tata Steel Wimbledon type of chess in January of 2021. You all take care. Au revoir.